welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about the core, and I'm going to go through a few exercises to strengthen your core. When I talk about core, I talk about the abdominals, your hip muscles, and also your back extensors. All of these muscles work together in order to stabilize the core, the pelvis, the abdomen, the low back, okay, so that you can have more control and be able to do activities with your legs and your arms with much more precision and power. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to go over is called plank, and I'm sure many people have heard about planks, many of you have done planks. I'm just going to go over a simple forearm plank, and you can do it either on your toes or on your knees. I'll talk about both. So we're going to get into our plank position. I'm going to be on my mat or on the floor or wherever. Be on my elbows, and you can have your hands clasped or hands flat on the floor out in front of you. Toes underneath of you for the full plank, and then you're going to bring your knees up, your bottom down, and level out your back. So your back should be nice and flat. Don't have your butt raised up and arching your back, okay? That takes your abdominals out of it and puts too much pressure on your back. You're going to scoop your back under, and you're going to hold, okay? You're going to be working at your abdomen, you're going to be working at your hips, you're going to be working at your thighs, you're going to be working at your shoulders. You shouldn't really feel one working harder than the other. Everything's working together, all right? And so for here, you can hold it for 30 seconds, a minute, 10 seconds, however long you can hold it without having bad posture or bad form, okay? If you have too much trouble, put your knees down, okay? Keep your pelvis nice and tucked. Hold it right here, okay? Now, if you're not holding for it as long, okay, then you want to do more reps. So if you're only holding 5-10 seconds, then do maybe 10 times, okay? 2 sets of 5, 7 or 8 times. If you're holding it for longer, don't do as many reps, okay? So if you can hold it 45 seconds to a minute, do 2 or 3, okay? Next one we're going to do is a side plank. Okay, side plank still works core, but it tends to work your hips a little bit more than just your normal plank. And once again, you can do it on your feet, okay, and then you can also do it on your knees. First one I'll show you, I'll have on my feet, okay. I'm going to do this also on my forearm. There is a version that you do on your hand. It's a little bit different. Some people think it's easier, some people think it's harder, but it does require more shoulder stability. So we're going to do it on our forearm. All right, so hand out, nice and straight, forearm flat on the floor. I need your shoulder to be over your elbow, okay? Have your feet stacked, okay? And then lift up. All right, now feet stacked does make it a little bit harder. If this is not possible for you and you're like wiggling all over the place, go ahead, you put one foot in front of the other. You can have one foot or out front with the knee bent. These are all nice options, okay? A side plank tends to be a little bit harder than the full like forearm plank, so you might not hold it as long, okay? So you might hold this plank for maybe 15-20 seconds, do 3 or 4 reps each side, okay? Now, if this is just not possible, I'm not putting my feet in front, whatever, this is just too hard. Bend your knees, okay? And have your legs and your feet behind you. You still want a straight line here, okay? And then from here, come on up, all right? It's not as hard, but it's still gonna give a lot of strength, especially to these hips, all right? And you're gonna hold it 15 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. Again, you can do 3 or 4 reps each side if you're doing 20 or 30 seconds. And if you're doing 10 seconds, do maybe like 5 reps each side. Next exercise is going to be a knee hover in a quadruped position. Quadruped just means on your hands and knees. All right, so we're going to get on our hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Bring those toes underneath of you. Have a nice flat back, really engaging your abdominals here. And then from here, you're going to hover your knees an inch away from the floor. And you're just going to hold it. You should feel it really strongly in the abdominal. region, that's what's really working here. You might also feel in your thighs. And then from here, you're gonna hold it again. Depends on you. It could be 5 seconds, it could be 10 seconds, it could be 30 seconds. If you do more time, do less reps, okay? Do 30 seconds, maybe do 3 of them. If you're doing 10 seconds, maybe do 5 of them. All right, last exercise we're gonna go over today is called a dead bug. Dead bugs, I've always wondered about the name because you're still moving, but I guess they're thinking about bugs on their back and they're moving around right before they die. All right, so from here you're gonna have arms and legs. So legs are gonna be in a tabletop position. Arms are gonna be straight up. You're gonna be holding here, trying to keep your low back on the mat. So you're gonna do a little tuck of the pelvis, okay? So your low back is on your mat. And then from here, we're gonna straighten opposite arm, opposite leg. And then back up. And try to keep the other ones in place. It takes a little bit of thought to move the correct extremities. And you're gonna go back and forth. And you can maybe do like 2 sets of 10, something like that, all right? Try not to get your arms or legs actually touching the floor, but hovering off. So that is my introduction to some core exercises. Okay, there are many, many others around, but those are a good 4 to start off with and get you some really good core strength. So thank you, and I hope to see you next time.